Good morning, students. Once again, I welcome you for today's lecture. First, all of you open your textbook, Science 1, topic number 3, chemical reactions and equations, page number 35. So, today we are going to study about types of chemical reaction, right? So, open page number 35 of your textbook. Today, what we are going to see, we are going to study about types of chemical reaction. Right, as we have discussed earlier, total there are 4 types of chemical reaction. In accordance with nature, number of reactants and products, there are 4 types: combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, and double displacement reaction. So these are the 4 types of chemical reaction. Out of this, today we are going to study about first 2 types, that is combination reaction and decomposition reaction. So we'll move further on the first reaction, that is combination reaction. Now see, before understanding what is the meaning of combination reaction, we are going to go through some of the activities, right, to understand in more details. So see, what is the activity? The apparatus required for doing this activity are test tube, glass rod, beaker, etc. So these are the apparatus: test tube, glass rod, and beaker. And the chemical required are hydrochloric acid, ammonia solution, slaked lime, magnesium strip, etc. Right, so these are the apparatus and chemicals required. Once again, I will repeat: test tube, glass rod, beaker, and the chemicals are hydrochloric acid, ammonia solution, magnesium strip, and calcium oxide. So in total, there are 3 activities are given. So one by one we'll see that. Now we'll move on the first activity, that is activity 1, which is given on page number 36. Now see, what is the activity? Take a small amount of hydrochloric acid in a test tube. Right, so on the left hand side you can see one test tube is there, and we'll take some small amount of hydrochloric acid in the test tube. Heat the test tube. We'll heat the test tube and dip a glass rod in the ammonia solution and hold on the top of the test tube. So on the right hand side you can see the ammonia solution. So you are going to dip the glass rod in the ammonia solution and going to hold on the top of the test tube. So the test tube is heated, and in the test tube there is hydrochloric acid is there. So we are going to hold the glass rod on the top of the test tube. So in the next slide you can see the glass rod, right, which is dipped into the ammonia solution. It is hold on the top of the test tube. Now what you will see, you will observe a white smoke emanating from the tip of the glass rod. So when you hold the glass rod on the test tube, what you will see a white smoke, right? You will see, what do you observe, right? So what will observe? A white smoke which emanating from the tip of the glass rod. So this is the first activity. So what happened? We'll take some hydrochloric acid in test tube and we'll heat that, right? And in beaker we'll take some ammonia solution and we'll dip the glass rod in it and we'll hold on the test tube. So what do we observe? We observe a white smoke emanating, that is coming out from the tip of the glass rod. So you can see, so white smoke is seen emanating from the tip of the glass rod. Now the second question is, what must have happened? So what was the second question, that what must have happened that we see a white smoke coming out from the tip of the glass rod? So see here, due to heating, hydrochloric vapors started coming out from the test tube. So what happened? Due to the heating, right, whatever the vapors are there of hydrochloric acids, they starts coming out from the test tube, and ammonia, that is NH3, comes out from the solution of the glass rod. And at the same time, what happened? Whatever the ammonia, that is NH3 gas is there, it comes out from the solution of the glass rod. The ammonia gas and hydrogen chloride gas reacted to form salt solution. Now what happened? Whatever the ammonia gas and hydrogen chloride gas is there, both are reacted to form the salt ammonium chloride in gaseous state first. But immediately, due to a condensation process at room temperature, it got transformed into the solid state. So when this process goes on, during that time, what happened? The ammonia gas and hydrogen chloride gas, they are reacted to form a salt of ammonium chloride in gaseous state first. First, it forms in the gaseous state. But immediately, due to the condensation process at room temperature, it got transformed into the solid state. So what happened? It gets transformed into the solid state. As a result, white smoke was formed, and the chemical equation for this as follows. So in front of you, the chemical equation is written, that is ammonia in gaseous state. Both are reacted. Hydrochloric acid, that or hydrogen chloride in gas, both are reacted to form ammonium chloride in solid state. So here you can see two reactants are there and only the one product is there. So on the left hand side, two reactants are there, and on the right hand side, only one product is formed. So this is what, this is activity 1, right? So hope so you have understood the first activity. So once again I will repeat what happened when hydrogen chloric acid and is heated in a test tube, and the glass rod dipped in ammonia solution is hold on the it, a white smoke emanating from the tip of the glass rod. So why must this happen? Due to heating, the HCl vapors started coming out of from the test tube, and ammonia gas came out from the solution on the glass rod. The ammonia gas and hydrogen chloride gas reacted to form a salt ammonium chloride first in the gaseous state, but immediately due to condensation process at room temperature, it got transformed into the solid state. And as a result, what happened? We can see a white smoke, and the reaction for this is NH3. When ammonia and hydrogen gas both are reacted together, ammonium chloride is formed. So one thing you have to notice here, that on the left hand side there are two reactants, and on the right hand side there is only one product. So further we'll see what is that. Now we'll move on the second activity, right? So total three activities are there, so we'll move on the second activity. So see what is the activity second, page number 36. Now hold a magnesium strip in a pair of tongs and ignite it. Now we can see, as we have seen earlier, we are going to take a magnesium strip. So magnesium strip we have to hold on the tongs, and we'll light the burner. We'll ignite the burner. On burning in air, a white powder of magnesium oxide is formed. So with the help of the tongs, what you're going to do, you're going to hold that magnesium strip on the burner. So after a few minutes, what do you observe? What do you observe? So what we'll see, that magnesium ribbon burns and we'll see a white color. That is, white powder of magnesium oxide is formed. So the magnesium strip burns vigorously with a bright flame. So when we burn that magnesium strip, what we'll see, it burns with a vigorously with a bright flame. So that flame is what? That is of magnesium oxide. So whatever that white powder we get, that powder is of what? It is of magnesium oxide. The reaction can be written in the form of equation as shown below. Now before that, we'll see one, the light energy and heat energy is produced, and also white powder of magnesium oxide is formed. Now see what is the reaction. When magnesium is heated, it reacts with oxygen of the air and magnesium oxide is formed. So what is given? When magnesium is heated, it reacts with the oxygen of the air and magnesium oxide is formed. That is MgO in solid state is formed. Now here also, if you see, in this reaction, magnesium oxide is formed as a single product by combination of magnesium and oxygen. Means here also there are two reactants and the product formed is only single product. So initially also we have seen one equation, in that also there were two reactants and one single product is formed. And in this equation also there are two reactants and a single product is formed. Right? So keep in mind this. Now So this is about second activity. So you can see in the slide, that is there on the left hand side there are two reactants, that is magnesium and oxygen. When both are heated together, what is formed? A single product, that is magnesium oxide is formed. So this is about second activity, right? Now we'll move on the third activity, that is activity number 3, page number 36. Now see what is activity 3. Take water in a beaker up to half of its capacity. So what you are going to take, we will take one beaker and we will take some water in the beaker, half of it. Add a few drops of slaked lime, that is calcium oxide, to it. So slaked lime means calcium oxide, so you are going to add some few drops of calcium oxide in the water. So calcium hydroxide is formed by the combination of calcium oxide and water with generation of large amount of it. Now what you will see, what do you observe? Now when this reaction takes place, when some amount of calcium oxide is is put in the water, what reaction takes place, or what do you observe? The beaker has become warm. So initially what we see, if you touch the beaker, you will feel that the beaker has become warm. Means what? There is some amount of heat is generated when the calcium oxide is put into the water. Now actually what happens when both reacts together, the calcium hydroxide, that is CaOH twice, is formed by combination of calcium oxide and water with generation of large amount of heat. So see what is the chemical reaction for that. So what is the chemical reaction? Calcium oxide, right, and water, when combined together, a product is formed, that is calcium hydroxide, CaOH twice, and the heat is released. So this is also an example of what? Example of exothermic reaction. So here also, if you see, there are two reactants, right? On the left hand side you can see there are two reactants and a single product is formed. So this is about activity number 3. Now in the next slide, we have written all the 3 reactions, right? Whatever 3 reactions we have seen of all the 3 activities. Now what was the first reaction? When ammonia and hydrogen gas both are reacted together, what is formed? A single product, that is ammonium chloride, is formed. Then in the second activity, what we have seen, when magnesium and oxygen are burnt together, when magnesium is burnt in presence of oxygen, magnesium oxide is formed. And third one, when calcium oxide and water are combined together, calcium hydroxide is formed. Now if you see in all the 3 equations, chemical reactions, there are 2 reactants and a product formed, a single product is formed. So from this, what we are going to define, what is the meaning of combination reaction. So see, what is combination reaction? When 2 or more reactant combines in a chemical reaction to form a single product is called as what? It is called as combination reaction. So what is combination reaction? When 2 or more reactants combine in reaction to form a single product is called a combination reaction. So to remember this, you can remember that A plus B forms AB. Means here A and B are the 2 reactants and AB is a single product, right? We have seen 3 examples of that. So same 3 examples you can write down. So study the definition, that when 2 or more reactants combine in a reaction to form a single product, it is called as what? It is called as combination reaction. And whatever the 3 activities are there, so you can go through that. So that will be the examples of combination reaction, right? So here we have completed our first type, that is combination reaction. So hope so all students have understood the first type. Now we'll move on the second type, that is decomposition reaction, right? We'll move on the second type, that is decomposition reaction. Now to understand this decomposition reaction, again we are going to do some of the activities. So first we'll see what are the apparatus and chemicals required to perform the following activities. Now see what are the apparatus: evaporating dish, Bunsen burner, etc. And the chemicals required are sugar, calcium carbonate, sulfuric acid, etc. So these are the apparatus and chemicals required Bunsen burner, evaporating dish. The chemicals required are sulfuric acid, calcium carbonate, and sugar. So we'll see the first activity. Now see what is the first activity. Take some sugar in an evaporating dish and heat it with the help of a Bunsen burner. So what we are going to take, we are going to take some sugar in a evaporating dish, right? And we are going to heat it under a flame, under the Bunsen burner. So you can see in the next slide that it is heated with the help of Bunsen burner. Now when it is heated, what you will see that sugar, it becomes brown color. First initially it becomes brown in color. So slowly what happens, the color of the sugar changes. And after some time, after few minutes, you will see the formation of burnt out black substances. So the whole sugar will change into a black colored solid substances, right? So when the sugar is heated, so exactly what must have happened this in activity. So exactly what would have happened. So see here, when sugar is burnt, right? What initially the color of the sugar was white. When it burns or when it is burned, the black colored solid substances form. So whatever that black colored solid substances means what? It is a carbon compound, right? So it means what? Sugar is a carbon compound. So in the above activity, a single reactant is divided into two substances, that is carbon and water. Now from this activity, what we can say? Now what we have done in the activity, we have taken some sugar in the evaporating dish, right? And we have heated it, and what we have got? We have got a black colored substance, that is carbon. Now what is the chemical reaction for that? Now here you can see sugar. Here only one reactant is there. The formula for sugar is C12H22O11. What is the formula for sugar? So learn by heart the formula C12H22O11. So when sugar it decomposes, right? When sugar it is heated, it decomposes to form carbon and water. So here carbon means a black colored substance that is formed. So what is the product? 11 molecules of water and 12 molecules of carbon. So if you see the reaction here, only one reactant is there, and here the products formed are two. It is just opposite of the combination reaction. In combination reaction there were two reactants and one product. In decomposition reaction there is only one product formed. So from this what we can say, the reaction in which there is only one reactant giving rise to two or more products is called as what? It is called as decomposition reaction. So first remember the first reaction. Now we'll move on the second activity. So hope so all students have understood the first activity. Now we'll move on the second activity. Now see what is the second activity. So as we have seen, what are the apparatus required? Two test tubes, bent tube, rubber cork burner, etc. Now see what are the chemicals required here. The chemicals required are calcium carbonate and freshly prepared lime water. See what is the procedure. Take some calcium carbonate in a test tube. So on the left hand side you can see what we have done. We have taken some calcium carbonate in a test tube. Feed the bent tube to the test tube with the help of a rubber cork. So as shown in the figure, what you are going to do, you are going to fit the bent tube to the test tube with the help of a rubber cork. Insert the other end, so which is on the right hand side. Insert the other end of the bent tube in the freshly prepared lime water, and the other test tube you are going to take some lime water, and the other end of the bent tube that you are going to insert or going to dip into the lime water. Heat the powdered calcium carbonate in the first test tube strongly. So what you are going to do, you are going to heat it, right? Test tube means calcium carbonate. So what do you observe, right? What we are going to observe. So what happens when calcium carbonate is heated? It decomposes to form carbon dioxide gas, which makes the lime water milky. Now what happens when we heat the calcium carbonate? So we saw in the above activity that calcium carbonate undergoes decomposition reaction, and the carbon dioxide gas formed turns the lime water milky. So what happens whatever the calcium carbonate is there, after heating, it undergoes a decomposition reaction, and the carbon dioxide gas is formed, which turns the lime water milky. So initially you can see whatever the lime water which is present on the right hand side, after heating what happens, what the gas is passed from the bent tube, right? Because the calcium carbonate is heated, and whatever the gas formed, it is passed from the bent tube and it goes into the right hand side, and whatever the lime water is there, it turns into the milky solution, means white color. So the second product of the reaction. So in calcium oxide powder, so this is about first one. So we'll see the chemical equation. So see what is the chemical equation of that. So in calcium oxide powder remains behind in the first test tube. Similarly, in another reaction, so here the calcium carbonate, that is CaCO3, decomposes to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide gas. So the calcium oxide powder, whatever it remains, that is shown on the left hand side, and lime water, what it turns milky. Now here also, if you see, there is only one reactant, right? So the reactant is what? Calcium carbonate, and here two products are formed, that is calcium oxide and carbon dioxide gas is released, right? So this is the second example. Now at last we will see what is the meaning of decomposition reaction. Now we'll move on the next activity, that is a third example, that is of hydrogen peroxide. I mean, similarly, in another reaction, hydrogen peroxide naturally undergoes slow decomposition reaction into water and oxygen. So hydrogen peroxide, when undergoes decomposition reaction, what is formed? Oxygen and water. So the formula for hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. So it is in liquid form, and when it decomposes, what is formed? Water and oxygen gas, right? So here also in this reaction, you can see there is only one reactant, and the two products are formed, that is water and oxygen, right? So the two examples are there in front of you. The first one is of calcium carbonate, and the second one was of hydrogen peroxide. Now similarly, we'll see one more example. Now see, we have studied in the previous standard that water decomposes into hydrogen and oxygen gas on passing electric current through acylated water. Now what happens when water, right? When water decomposes into hydrogen and oxygen gas on passing electrical energy, on passing electric current through acidulated water, and this decomposition takes place by means of electrical energy, and therefore it is called as what? It is called as electrolysis. Now you can see the example is given that water, when it is heated, right, or what is formed? What hydrogen gas and oxygen gas is formed. So both the reactions are given, one is given on the left hand side and one is given on the right hand side. So these are called as what? It is called as what? It is called as electrolysis. So the reaction is given to H2O, right? When the decomposition takes place by means of electrical energy, this is called as what? It is called as electrolysis. So H2O, the product formed is what? H2, that is hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. So this decomposition takes place by means of electrical energy. It is called as what? It is called as electrolysis. Now here also, if you see, there is only one reactant, and there are two products are there. The reactant is water, and the product formed is H2 gas and oxygen gas, right? So here also we have seen three examples. The first example is of calcium carbonate, the second example was of hydrogen peroxide, and the third example is of water. Now from all the three examples, what we understood, there was only one reactant and there were two products were there. So from this, what we can say, what is the definition of decomposition reaction? So what is the definition of decomposition reaction? The chemical reactions in which two or more products are formed from a single reactant is called as what? It is called as decomposition reaction. So the chemical reaction in which two or more products are formed from a single reactant is called as decomposition reaction. And below that it is shown AB, means a single reactant is there and the product formed are A and B. These are the products. So it is just opposite of the combination reaction. In combination reaction, what we have seen, the chemical reaction in which a single product is formed from the two reactants, that is called as what? It is called as combination reaction. Or when two or more reactants are combined together to form a single product, it is called as what? It is called as combination reaction. And decomposition reaction is what? The chemical reaction in which two or more products are formed from a single reactant is called as what? It is called as decomposition reactions. And we have seen three examples of that. The first one was of calcium carbonate, the second one was of hydrogen peroxide, and the third example was of water. Right, so here we have completed our second, that is second one, that is decomposition reaction. Now further we'll see more examples of that. Now see in front of you one image is shown, right? So in many degradation process takes place in the nature surrounding us, right? So you can see degradation process has taking place. So what happened? Organic waste is decomposed by microorganism as a and result manure and biogases form. So whatever the organic waste is there, right, is decomposed with the help of microorganism, right? So you can see the biogas plant is there in front of you. So whatever the organic waste is there, it is degraded, decomposed with the help of the microorganism, and whatever gas is formed is what? It is biogas is formed, right? And this biogas is what? It is used as a fuel, right? This biogas is what? It is used as a fuel, right? So this is what these are the uses of, means some of the extra information given about decomposition process, right? So once again we see what is the combination and what is decomposition reaction. So what we have seen, first we have seen three activities to understand what is the meaning of combination reaction. Activity about ammonia and hydrogen chloride. So what was that? What we have done in that activity, we have taken some small amount of hydrochloric acid in a test tube and we have heated the test tube, and we have taken a glass rod dipped in an ammonium solution and we hold on the top of the test tube. So what we have observed? We have observed that a white smoke had emanating or coming out from the tip of the glass rod. So why this must have happened? This had happened because of the heating. Due to heating, what happened? The HCl vapors started coming out from the test tube and ammonia, that is NH3 gas, came out from the solution on the glass tube. The ammonia gas and hydrogen chloride gas both are reacted to form the salt solution of ammonium chloride. But initially, whatever the ammonium chloride was there, it in the gaseous state. But immediately due to the condensation process at room temperature, it got transformed into the solid state. As a result, what happened? The white smoke was formed. And we have seen the chemical equation for that, which is the first one, that is ammonia and hydrogen chloride. Both are combined together to form a single product, that is ammonium chloride, right? So this was our first activity. Then we have seen the second activity about magnesium ribbon and oxygen. So what was that? What we have done? We have taken one magnesium ribbon. We have hold a magnesium ribbon with the help of the tongue, strip the pair of tongues and ignite it with the help of burner. So on burning in air, what happens? A white powder of magnesium oxide is formed. So when the magnesium ribbon is burnt, what you will see after the burning completes, you will see a white powder. So that white powder will be of the magnesium oxide, and the reaction taking place is the second one, that magnesium is burnt in presence of oxygen to form magnesium oxide. So in this reaction, what happens? The magnesium oxide is formed as a single product by combination of magnesium and oxygen. So here also there were two reactants and one product. So this was the second activity and the second reaction. Then we have seen the third activity. What was the third activity? Take water in a beaker up to half of its capacity. So take one beaker in that and take some half water. Now add a few pieces of slaked lime. Slaked lime means calcium oxide. Remember that slaked lime means what? Calcium oxide. So you are going to add some few drops of pieces of slaked lime or calcium oxide CaO to it. So the reaction will take place, and you will see when if you touch the beaker, you will see that beaker had become warm, right? Means it has become some hot. It means what? That calcium hydroxide is formed by the combination of calcium oxide and water with the generation of large amount of heat. So when the reaction takes place, what we'll see, the calcium hydroxide gas is formed when calcium oxide and water is combined together and the large amount of heat is generated. So it is shown with the chemical reaction, that is CaO, calcium oxide plus water. The product formed is calcium hydroxide and heat is released. So same reaction is the example of exothermic reaction. So here also there are two reactants and a single product. So from these three equations, chemical reactions, right, what we have seen, what is the meaning of combination reaction? So what is the definition? When two or more reactants combine in a reaction to form a single product, it is called as what? It is called as combination reaction. So this is the definition of combination reaction, that when two or more reactants combine in a reaction to form a single product, it is what it is called as combination reaction, right? So then we have seen the second type, that is second one is decomposition reaction. So in the decomposition reaction also we have seen some of the activities. So what was the first activity we have seen? The first activity was we have taken some sugar, right, in an evaporating dish, and we have heated that evaporating dish with the help of the Bunsen burner. So after some time, what happened initially, slowly the color changes. First it becomes brown in color, then after some time we'll see a black colored substances form. That black colored substances means what? It is of a carbon, right? But here when the sugar is decomposed, so the formula for sugar is C12H22O11. Remember, so you have to study that by heart, the formula C12H22O11. So when the sugar is decomposed, here water and carbon is formed, a black colored substance is formed, that is of carbon. So C12H12O11 decomposes to form water and carbon. So here a single reactant is there and the product forms are two products are formed. So in the above activity, a single reactant sugar is divided into two substances, that is carbon and water. So this was the first example we have seen, the first activity about decomposition reaction. And further we have seen the second activity about the formation of decomposition of calcium carbonate. So here what we have done, we have taken some calcium carbonate in a test tube, right, and fit the bent tube to the test tube with the help of a rubber core. So you are going to fit the bent test tube with the help of a rubber core and insert the other end of the bent tube in the freshly prepared lime water. In the second test tube, the lime water, we are going to take some lime water, and the other end we are going to deep down into the test tube, and we are going to heat the test tube or the calcium carbonate. So after heating, what happens? The lime water turns milky. Now actually what process takes place? What do you observe? Now see, we saw in the above activity that calcium carbonate undergoes decomposition reaction. So what happened? The calcium carbonate, it undergoes decomposition reaction and the carbon dioxide gas formed and turns the lime water milky. So when calcium carbonate, it undergoes decomposition reaction, the carbon dioxide gas is formed and it turns what? Lime water turns milky. So on the left hand side you can see, right hand side, that whatever lime water is there, it turns the milky. And the second product of the reaction, the calcium oxide powder, remain behind in the first test tube as it is. So whatever the second product is there, the second product means what? That is calcium oxide, right? It remains as it is in the test tube. Remember, initially we have taken calcium carbonate in the test tube, but after the process takes place, the lime water turns into the milky, but whatever the second product is there, that is of calcium oxide, it remains as it is into the test tube, remains behind in the first test tube. And the reaction for that, what we have seen, that is calcium carbonate decomposes to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide gas. So here also there is a single reactant and two products are formed, right? This is the second activity we have seen. Then third activity, what we have seen about hydrogen peroxide. Similarly, another reaction, that is hydrogen peroxide naturally undergoes slow decomposition reaction to form water and oxygen. The formula for hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. It also undergoes decomposition, but the process is very slow to form water and oxygen gas. So the reaction is there in front of you, 2H2O2. What is formed? Water and oxygen gas. Then last example we have seen about water. We have studied in the previous standard that water decomposes into hydrogen oxygen gas on passing electrical current or electrical energy through isolated water. In previous standard, what we have studied that water decomposes into hydrogen and oxygen gas on passing electric current through the isolated water, right? And this decomposition takes place with the help of electrical energy. So the reaction is written in front of you. The water decomposes to form hydrogen gas and oxygen gas, and this is also called as what? This is also called as electrolysis. So this decomposition takes place by means of electrical energy. So this is also called as what? This is called as electrolysis, right? So here from these three examples, in these three examples, what we have seen, there was only single reactant and the two products were formed. So the definition of decomposition reaction was the chemical reaction in which two or more products are formed from a single reactant is called as what? Decomposition reaction. What is the definition? The chemical reaction in which two or more products are formed from a single reactant is called as what? It is called as decomposition reaction. So hope so you understood the difference between combination reaction and decomposition reaction, right? So the combination reaction means what? When two or more reactants combine together to form a single product is called as combination reaction, and decomposition reaction is just opposite, the chemical reaction in which two or more products are formed from a single reactant is called as decomposition reaction. At last we have seen some more information about that, about decomposition reaction. So they have given one example about from nature, that in nature also, in nature too, many degradation process takes places, right? So out of that they have given first example of biogas, that whatever the organic waste, right, it is there, it is decomposed by microorganisms. So whatever the organic waste is there, it is decomposed, means manure, it is decomposed by the with the help of microorganism. As a result, manure and biogas is formed. So what happens after decomposition, will get the manure and biogas, and the same manure, it can be used in the field, and biogas is also used as a fuel, right? So this is about what? Types of chemical reaction, that is combination reaction and decomposition reaction. So hope so all students have understood up to here. Now the next is there, that is displacement and double displacement reaction, that will it will be seen in the next period. So before that, ending the lesson, we'll move on the evaluation. So the first question is there, what is combination reaction? So those students who know the definition, they can raise your hands and they can answer it. What is combination reaction? Hello. Hello. Those students, those can see if you can answer the first one, what is combination reaction? Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
What is combination reaction?
When two or more reactants combine in a reaction to form a single product, it is called a combination reaction.
Right. So what is the definition? When two or more reactants combine together to form a single product is called as combination reaction, right? Very good. So examples also you have to write down that whatever the chemical equations are there. Then second question is what is
Sir, example भी
decomposition
बोलूं?
reaction? What is second question is what is decomposition reaction?
Sir,
Decomposition.
the chemical reaction in which two or more products are formed to form a single reagent is called a decomposition reaction.
Okay, very good, student. So what is the definition? The chemical reaction in which two or more products are formed form a single reactant. It is called as what? It is called as decomposition reaction. And near about 4 examples we have seen. So that examples also you have to write and practice. Right. So here we have completed our today's first two types of chemical reaction, that is combination reaction and decomposition reaction. Hope so all students have understood. Now whatever the two types are, the remaining two types, that is displacement reaction and double displacement reaction, right, that will be studied in the next session. Okay students, then thank you. Hello ma'am.
हाँ बोले.
Hello.
Finish your lecture.
Okay ma'am, completed.
प्रोडक्ट तब उसके ऊपर